All right, testing, testing, testing. All right. Huh. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Akim. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another live camp. All right, coming out here once again to preach the word, to give the warning out, okay, and to preach the downfall of this wicked kingdom, okay. And before I get started with this camp, I want to get started by giving our praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. Shalom to the Yakim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's to come. Shalom to the Yakwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. All right, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, to you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. All right, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Shalom, wa kasadium, wa barakium. All right, and so, pretty much, I didn't really have a topic, for this this camp session. Just wanted to just pretty much point out some of the things that's happening, Lord willing, go into a couple articles, and continue to point out the fact that this place is coming to a close. It's coming to a close as I did in that previous lesson. All right, before I started up camp a couple hours ago, that Esau Edom knows, okay, that the closing act is upon this place. All right, the closing act is coming upon his rulership, upon his kingdom. All right, and there's nothing that he can do about that. There's nothing that can be done about it. You see what I'm saying? There's all that can be had is the backlash. All right, continue to or shall I say the lash out? Okay, the lash out. Towards you jakes, man, concerning prophecy, concerning the things that we, the children of Israel, are speaking of. Specifically beginning with the prophets. All right, and all right, and they know that there's no stopping this momentum. Okay, regardless of the pushback that they're giving. You see what I'm saying? Because this is written, and it's going to come to pass because it has to come to pass. All right, nothing that the Lord says comes back to him void. You see what I'm saying? So let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. All right, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and let's start at verse Verse 9, it reads, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. All right, for that which is feeble shall be found to have nothing worth. They don't find anything useful in what is perceived to be weak. You see what I'm saying? Things that think like what do these Edomites reverence? What do these Edomites revere in terms of animals? You know what I'm saying? The eagle is prideful. You know what I'm saying? The wolf is powerful. The lion is powerful. You see what I'm saying? They regard these beasts as something to be exalted. You know what I'm saying? But they don't regard what the antelope is. They don't regard a deer. You see what I'm saying? They don't regard things of small stature, if you will. You know what I'm saying? That's perceived to be weak in nature. Okay? Disregarding the fact that if we remove these particular animals from their habitats, from their purpose, you see what I'm saying? What happens is the entire ecosystem starts to suffer. You see what I'm saying? So, that goes into the mindset of what Esau Edom is. You know what I'm saying? Where he'll regard these things that are strong and powerful in might, but disregard the things that are weak in their own nature, yet highly essential to the well-being of the entire planet's health. Everything has its own role to play. All right, everything has its own purpose. Like the scriptures say, I believe it's 1 Corinthians, okay, where it says, let all things be done decently and in order. Everything has to be done decently. Everything has to be within its own order. All right. So this is Wisdom Solomon chapter 2 and verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. It's talking about the children of Yasha'Allah. It's talking about the children of Israel, man. All right, the ones that are made for righteousness' sake. You see what I'm saying? The ones that are made to be righteous. You see what I'm saying? As the scriptures say in Sirach, there are 2 and 2. 2 and 2. All right. Good is set against evil. Evil is set against good. The godly is abominable to the wicked. The wicked is an abomination to the godly. Right? It says he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. All right. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So opposing their own education, we have the knowledge of the Most High. We have the knowledge of the Heavenly Father. We have the knowledge of the Supreme Being. You see what I'm saying? He professeth to have the knowledge of our power, of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. Okay? He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. This is what it is, man. There's always going to be a contention between the two. There's always going to be friction between the children of Israel and the children of Edom. You see what I'm saying? And that's something that cannot change. It will never change. All right. Let's go to Second Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 3 and verse 34. It reads, weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell in the world. And so shalt thy name nowhere be found but in Israel, man. No one else takes any regard to the Heavenly Father except Israel. And yet they're able to prosper. This is what the prophets of old, okay, and the men of renown, all right, back in the ancient times, you know what I'm saying? Not even back in the ancient times, but back in the time when we had our prophets on the scene, you see what I'm saying? The major prophets, the minor prophets and whatnot, they would complain of these things. Ezra, Nehemiah, you see what I'm saying? All right, Job, you know what I'm saying? He was a prophet in his own way. You see what I'm saying? You had even King David, all right? The Song of Asaph, okay? In chapter 73. All right? You had all the prophets, like I said, Jeremiah, you had Ezekiel, Habakkuk, all these great men of old was complaining about the prosperity of the wicked, man. All right, but the truth of the matter is that the prosperity of the wicked, okay, and the triumphing of the wicked, it's short. It's not meant to last forever. It's not meant to be perpetual. It's not meant to last, you know what I'm saying, for a millennia. All right? All empires come and go within 250 years. And here it is, we just celebrated the 250th year of America's independence. Okay? From 1776 to 2026. All right, 250 years exactly. And here it is. Here it is. These Edomites can feel the pull. They can feel the pull. They can feel the tug. Okay, knowing that their time is over, knowing that the time of their triumphing is coming to a close, man. Right? Verse 35. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts, not the heathen, but not the heathen. You see what I'm saying? They can't do, they don't do right because they can't do right. You see what I'm saying? So this is Job chapter 21. Job chapter 21, verse 28. It reads, for ye say, where's the house of the prince? Or where are the dwelling places of the wicked? You see what I'm saying? Where's the house of the prince? Where's the dwelling place of the wicked? You see what I'm saying? All right, today that is a king shall die, man. Roughly paraphrasing in the book of Sirach. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to enjoy this forever. They're not going to be able to, they was never supposed to be able to enjoy all this, you know what I'm saying, for time, whatever, you know what I'm saying, in perpetuity. It's not supposed to happen. All right? It's not supposed to happen, man. Because if these days weren't shortened, there wouldn't be any flesh to be saved. Wouldn't be any flesh to be saved, man. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. It reads, a wise judge will instruct his people. A wise judge will instruct his people. And the government of a prudent man is well ordered. But the complete opposite is taking place. The complete opposite is happening here. You see what I'm saying? Where a judge, a righteous judge, a wise judge is supposed to instruct his people, okay, and make sure that his prudence, that through his prudence, all right, his people can flourish, his government can prosper. You see what I'm saying? His city, his city can be managed properly. Okay, but that's not happening. All right. When you look at this boot, you look at this fool. You look at this fool, Nero Trump. All right, Nero 47. You look at this dude. All right, he went up to address the nations. He went up on the podium to address the nations, and for however long that nigga was talking. All right, instead of talking about all the things that the American people are dealing with. All right, in terms of gas prices, in terms of grocery prices. You see what I'm saying? Loss of jobs, thousands, tens of thousands, over 100,000 jobs, hundreds of thousands of jobs have been lost since this joker took office. You see what I'm saying? The economy is not doing well. The economy is not booming. The economy is in the tank. You see what I'm saying? And every economist that don't even agree with each other, they got to agree that this economy is in the shitter right now, man. It's in the toilet. You see what I'm saying? And they can't ignore that. They can't ignore it. Just like it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. You see what I'm saying? That the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? So it's supposed to be ran in prudence, but it's being done in the opposite manner, right? So instead of him addressing these issues, instead of him speaking these things to give some reassurance to his own people, all right, he goes on and he talks about rigged elections and all this stuff, man. You see what I'm saying? Essentially trying to get himself in position to oppose the coming landslide against him. You know what I'm saying? Which everybody can see. So that's not prudence being worked out. You see what I'm saying? Again, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Okay? Such are all they that dwell therein. So if you're leading well, your subjects are going to be moving well. If you're leading in prudence, your subjects are going to be thinking the same way. It's going to be the same wavelength, man. You see what I'm saying? Because everyone's going to be looking to you as their leader. Everyone's going to be looking to you, all right, to have the answers, have the right the what's the word the right solutions to the problem. And even if you don't have the solution right away, you don't tell the people that would deep in shit. You see what I'm saying? Where this joker came up and he said, "Oh well, if there's no deal that's made, well, we're going to be out of gas in 4 weeks." And here it is. It's been 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks, and everyone's talking about, okay, the shit's about to hit the fan. You see what I'm saying? Shit's about to hit the fan very soon. Now gas is back up to $4. You see what I'm saying? Now things are progressing the way that the economists were saying that they was going to progress. Verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right, the city shall be inhabited, man. Well, you ain't supposed to have tent cities. You're not supposed to have all these people strung out on drugs like what's that one drug? Shit, what was it? What was it? I think it was opium. I think it was opium or whatever it was. But them Edomites, man, them Edomites is dropping. Them Edomites is dropping, man. There was this one Edomite that I was dealing with years ago, many years ago, man, and she fell out. You know what I'm saying? Because of them drugs, man. She lost her life because of that jump, man. You see what I'm saying? That's just crazy. That shit is crazy, man. All right. But that deals with the lack of prudence, with the lack of wisdom, right? Okay, so let's go back to the book of Job. Job chapter 21, verse 28. For ye say, where is the house of the prince, and where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? All right. Let me get that precept that I was thinking about real quick. How's it worded? How's it worded? This. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. I know where it is. I know where it is. How about you, Michelle? Let's go to Second Esdras. I mean, second Sirach. Sirach chapter 10. We're still in the same spot. Yep, we're still in the same spot. So Sirach chapter 10, just have to read up a little bit. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8, it says, because of unrighteous dealing, let's start here. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's what's happening, man. All right. That's what's happening. Rolling in the same spirit as my previous lesson. Okay. We're in the position where the kingdom is being translated. We're in a position now, all right, noticing that that these people are falling out of their rulership. These people are falling out of their prestige. Okay, falling out of their prestigious position, right? Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels, man. Okay? And what could spell you selling out your own soul more than you selling out your own birthright? If you sell away your own birthright, then what do you care about your own soul for? You see what I'm saying? Something that's supposed to be carried on to your descendants. You see? You care not about your own soul. Right? Well, that was the lot that Esau Edom was in. Okay? Verse 10, the point. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. All right, so there's no more great and mighty power. Okay, make great and mighty powerful Edom. You see what I'm saying? Like the almighty powerful Oz. There's no more great and powerful Esau Edom anymore. Right? So for you say, Job 21 and 28, for you say, where is the house of the prince, and where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have you not asked them that go by the way, and do you not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction? They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face, and who shall repay him what he has done? You see what I'm saying? That's twofold. Right there, that's twofold. Who's going to declare these things to his face? Okay? The Lord is going to declare these things to his face through what? Through his prophets. Through his prophets. And then what's going to happen? Then he's going to repay him for what he has done when he returns. Let's go there. Let's go to let's go to 2 Thessalonians. All right, this is so let's go to 2 Thessalonians, starting at chapter 2, verse let's just hit verse 3. All right, and let's read on down. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So we, the children of Israel, we, the children of Yasher Allah, had to come and fall away. We had to fall out of our own inheritance. We had to fall out of the knowledge of who we were. We had to fall out of remembrance of the earth. The earth had to forget who the children of Israel were. You see what I'm saying? That's that great falling away first. And the son of perdition, all right, then that man of sin shall be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, the men of destruction, the Edomites, man. You see what I'm saying? The ones who go on covered fields and take them by violence. All right? The ones who would stab you and then give you the knife and say that you did it. Say that it's because of you. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High. Okay? Talking about we're going to live forever. We're going to have immortality through the use of AI. We're going to be able to download our consciousness into a new vessel. You see what I'm saying? Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. You know what I'm saying? These jokers are sitting here saying that they can sell sunlight. They're telling us that they can now sell sunlight. All right, they can manipulate the atmosphere with satellites and all that stuff, and they can say, "Here it is. We can give you this. We can give you the sun. You know what I'm saying? While it's supposed to be nighttime, we can give you this. We can give you the sun for a fee, to where you can make sure that the sun don't go away. You see what I'm saying? That's wickedness, man. And now you got all these scientists saying that if you do this, you're going to screw up the ecosystem, something crazy. You see what I'm saying? Showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And now he's being revealed. Now he's being shown for the wicked bastard that he is, man. Now he's being shown for how little regard he has for the Lord's creation. You see what I'm saying? Because he has to live on this planet too. He got to live on this planet too. But in his mind, he thinks that he can go about and he can get a couple rockets together and he can leave the Earth's orbit. He really thinks that he can do that. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to leave when you can't get past the Van Allen belt. You can't get past it. All right? It's a straight up dome encasement that keeps the Earth right where it's at, you know what I'm saying, in perfect harmony through the firmament, man. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. You see what I'm saying? Until he be taken out of the way, man. You see what I'm saying? He that is today a king shall die. Right? Why is earth and ashes proud? And when and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, going back to that precept that we was at. Okay, shall consume him with the spirit of his lips, all right, and destroy him with the brightness of his coming. Going back to Job chapter 21, verse 31. Who shall declare his way to his face, and who shall repay him what he hath done? Okay, who's going to repay these devils? Who's going to tell them? Who's going to tell them what they're doing straight to their face? You see what I'm saying? And not give no shit. All right, like the scriptures say that the elect love not their lives unto the death, man. So now that we've made our lives a living sacrifice, now that we've come out here, all right, week after week, you see what I'm saying? Now that we've made our calling and election sure, Lord willing, I'll be among that number. Okay, and we've declared this man's sins and iniquities to his face. What's going to happen? What's going to happen is that these devils are going to roll up, and they're going to try to choke the word. They're going to try to destroy the word, man, once and for all. You see what I'm saying? They're going to try and do what Cain tried to do in antiquity. In the ancient world, Cain tried to kill Abel. He tried to destroy the lineage. He tried to destroy the line of righteousness. You see what I'm saying? This is what these Edomites are trying to do here today. All right? Revelation chapter 18. Oh, Slakia. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 18. It says that the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, all right, the elect remnant, okay, beginning with the elect of 144,000 on down to the elect remnant, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth, man. And shall destroy them which destroyed the earth. Y'all have destroyed this world, man. Y'all destroyed this planet. Okay? Y'all have done too much. And the Lord it's time for the Lord to work, man. Right? See if I can get that real quick. But he's going to destroy those who destroyed this earth, and that's you Edomites. That's you Edomites, and all you jokers out here who decided to follow in his footsteps. Y'all gonna pay the price. Y'all gonna pay the price. Was that Psalms 119? Psalms chapter 119, verse 126. It reads, "It is time for thee, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, to work, for they have made void thy law." You see? For they've made void thy law, man. They've made void the things that you will put forward. All right? Your laws, your statutes, your commandments, your ordinances. Right? Let's go there. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 24. Isaiah 24 and verse 4 reads, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The hearty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant, to destroy him which destroyed the earth. Right? So let me get a couple articles real quick. All right. Now, since the situation in West Asia has ramped up again, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's on the edge of their seats. It's like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next, man? Because this next chapter in this conflict is definitely going to be one for the books, because this it's only going to increase at this point, man, because Babylon the Great has been heavily humiliated. Babylon the Great has been shown to be a bunch of hypocrites, to be a bunch of weaklings, a bunch of cowards. You see what I'm saying? A bunch of bitches, man, being led by Benjamin Mikulowski. You see what I'm saying? These Lego videos that they was pumping out every week. I mean, it was just an absolute shit show that these Edomites had to swallow. You see what I'm saying? They had to take this humiliation. They had to take this embarrassment, right? So it's gonna be crazy, man. Right? Let's see. All right, so this is from End of the American Dream. All right, End of the American Dream, and it reads. The article reads, all right, if you can see that, it says the future is now. War, famine, pestilence, and natural disasters will define the months ahead. Okay, wars, pestilence, natural disasters. All right, these things are coming straight out of the Bible, man. All right, the scriptures are coming to light. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, man. War and evil and pestilence. Jeremiah 28:8. You see? There's no getting around prophecy. There's no getting around the things that we see, man. All right? It's in the middle of July. Get this. We in the middle of July, and I'm starting to see leaves falling off of trees. We're in the middle of July, and I'm starting to see leaves that's falling off of the trees now. So clearly the world has been changed upside down. All right? So it says the future is now. War, famine, pestilence, and natural disasters will define the months ahead. Let's get this in Matthew. Right, this is Matthew chapter 24. Slocky, the wind is blowing. All right, so this is Matthew 24, verse 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdoms against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. Okay? So all these are the beginning of sorrows, man. The scripture said that this is going to that this is going to be the beginning of everyone's despair, man. All right. And it says right here in this article, the future is now. Okay, the future is now. So this is the beginning. This is the beginning of that chaos. This is the beginning of that war. The wars, the wars and famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We've been seeing it. We've been seeing it, man. I just saw one video on Instagram. One of the beloved brothers, Tazapanya, Taza, I forget his way. I forget his name. I think it was Tazapanya, but he shared this video that off the coast of Florida, all right, off the coast of Florida, there was a magnitude 3.8, what felt like an earthquake, but it wasn't an earthquake. All right, it wasn't an earthquake. It was the military testing weapons under the water. The military was testing weapons under the water on the coast of Florida. And the impact was so strong, it felt like a 3.8 magnitude earthquake. You see what I'm saying? So what's the prophecy say about that? What's the prophecy say about that? Let's go to Joel. All right, this is Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about till the cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? When you look at what's going on with Cuba, you look at what's going on with Cuba. All right. China is warning America, if you jump up in there, if you jump up in Cuba, all right, we are going to be involved. All right. Cuba is being armed with certain weaponry. All right. Supposedly they're being armed with certain weaponry. Okay. Because why? Because it's time for war, man. It's time for war. When they ramp up this fight over in West Asia with the Persians, all right, with the Carmenians, you see what I'm saying? That's going to ramp it up. And these the Medes, okay, which is modern day Russia, the chief prince of Meshech, Ashar being Russia, they're going to jump in, man. They're going to jump in. All right. No more are these nations going to be sitting on the sidelines allowing this thing to happen. Okay, when they have all these military agreements and pacts with Iran. You know what I'm saying? With Cuba. All right, they've seen what happened with Venezuela. They've seen how these jokers is doing in Mexico. They see what's going on in Argentina. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to sit back and allow this to continue. All right. So now comes the time where these conflicts begin to ramp up. Right. So the article reads, the future is now. War, famine, pestilence, and natural disasters will define the months ahead. I've been repeatedly telling my readers that we are living in apocalyptic times. And when I first started saying that, I think that many people out there thought that I was exaggerating. But now what is happening to us is becoming a lot more obvious. The war in the Middle East has escalated dramatically over the past week. The super El Nino is causing absolute crazy heat waves and storms all over the planet. Okay? All right? Earthquakes and uproars of the people, you know what I'm saying? Upon the earth, distress of nations. All these things come to pass, right? It reads, the Ebola outbreak in Africa is totally out of control, and we have been witnessing some very large earthquakes in Venezuela and elsewhere. I've been warning that war, famine, pestilence, and natural disasters are in our future, but the truth is that the future is now. Global events have started to spiral out of control, and the chaos that we are experiencing is not going to stop. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to stop, man. This is where it's at. This is where it remains. This is where it's going to stay. It's going to keep hammering in it. You see what I'm saying? As the scriptures say, as a woman in travail. You see what I'm saying? Within 2-3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass her womb. All right. It's talking about what? Contractions after contractions after contractions after contractions. That's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing these contractions. We're seeing these things taking place, man. Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 9. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand. That is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And we're seeing all these effects. We're seeing all these signs. We're seeing all these omens. All right. We're seeing all the things that we're supposed to be paying attention to. All right. They're coming to pass. See what I'm saying? All right. Just a little while ago, U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM, informed the world that for a third night in a row, the U.S. has begun conducting an enormous round of airstrikes in Iranian territory. You see what I'm saying? Now they're going after civilian infrastructure. They're going after bridges and roads. They're going after power plants. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because they have been humiliated. And what happened? The skirmish that happened about that concluded about a month ago or something like that. Okay, and there came this pause through the memorandum of understanding. You see what I'm saying? That shook up the whole world. That shook the whole world in understanding that America is not impenetrable. America is not undefeatable. America can be defeated. America can be stopped. You see what I'm saying? By very cost-effective means. America can be stopped. This is what's happening. The world is starting to look at America differently now. Okay? So let's see if we can get another article real quick. All right, this is from RT News. From RT.com, it says U.S. air defenses struggling against Iranian missiles. All right, as you can see, okay, U.S. air defenses struggling against Iranian missiles. Tehran's retaliatory strikes on a military base in Jordan killed 2 American service members, the Pentagon reported on Sunday. The U.S. is concerned that the Iranian military is growing increasingly effective at penetrating its air defenses in the Middle East because it's very simple. It's very simple. They don't have to do too much. All they have to do is overwhelm the system. You see what I'm saying? Overwhelming their defenses with what? With cost-effective drones. Drones that are relatively cheap. They can buy these drones. They can manufacture these drones in their own house, in their own country, by the hundreds, by the thousands. And all they got to do is overwhelm their air defenses by sending in a barrage of all these different drones. All these kamikaze drones, all these drones that's meant to just go in and overwhelm their system by having them shoot all these expensive, overly expensive missiles. You see what I'm saying? And once they've exhausted their system, all they got to do now they're open up for the attacks. They can send all these bombs and boom, 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 all these bombs and missiles their way. Because they wasted all their ammunition on deterring the drones. You see? So now the world is looking at that. The world, all right, their allies as well as their adversaries, all right, all together are looking at what is happening here. Okay? And their friends over in the so-called Middle East are rethinking their alliance. You got NATO right now that's rethinking their alliance. You see what I'm saying? Now these Iranians, these Persians, these so-called Arabs, they're now thinking of forming their own version of NATO. Okay? NATO in the Middle East, so to speak. All right? So it reads, it comes off the back of a deadly missile attack, a deadly missile and drone strike on the military base in Jordan on Friday, which left 2 American service members killed and another one missing, according to the Pentagon. All right, and as we say all the time, the numbers that they're willing to admit, you got to multiply that. The numbers that they are willing to admit, you had to multiply that in order to get closer to the actual, according to the actual number. You see what I'm saying? Because they always lie. They don't tell the truth. Okay? You see what I'm saying? They placate as if they have everything under control. All right? It was like almost every other week, they kept saying, America kept saying that they won the war. We won the war. We won it all. You know what I'm saying? We've suppressed their firepower. They don't have an air force. They don't have air defenses or nothing like that. And here it is. They've been getting bombarded and bombarded and bombarded ever since, to the point where they had to beg for a ceasefire. They had to beg for a deal. You see what I'm saying? It says, actually, I think that's all I need on that. That's pretty much all I need on that. All right. But we're watching prophecy playing out, man. 2 Ezra chapter 15. Verse 30, it says, also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. And with great powers shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Okay, this is code for Babylon the Great. You see what I'm saying? This whore of Babylon is known in many ways. All right, known spiritually as Sodom and Egypt, known spiritually as Nineveh, known spiritually as the Assyrians, known spiritually as uh, as Babylon. You know what I'm saying? All right, the daughter of Babylon. You see what I'm saying? Many names. Okay. And then shall the dragons, verse 31, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand. The upper hand. They had the upper hand in this conflict. They had the upper hand in this fight. Okay, and the world saw it. It doesn't matter how much they want to pretend like they had everything under control. The world saw it. And then this joker gets on live and he at this summit and he tells the truth. This G7 summit telling the truth that if we didn't get a deal, then there would be no more gas, no more oil, there would be bedlam and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? These devils are being found out. Right? Also the Carmanians, verse 31, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. Remembering their nature. When they had that funeral for Ali Khamenei, the former supreme leader, they remembered him. They remembered all those scientists that was being assassinated. They remembered Qasem Soleimani. They remembered all these men, okay? And what happened? And they all got banished together. Somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody made a whole entire mural on the side of a building, showcasing showcasing coffins with the Trump family. All right, Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, and Melania Trump. You see what I'm saying? All the Trumps, man. Everybody was in caskets. Everybody was in coffins. You see what I'm saying? These Persians and these Ishmaelites, these Elamites and these Ishmaelites are remembering their nature, man. They're remembering who they are. They're remembering their strength. All right. This is why Turkey changed their name from Turkey to Turkey. Okay, going back to their old names. You know what I'm saying? All right, they're tapping into their former strength. They're tapping into who they once were before Esau came with his philosophy, before these Edomites came with their wine, before Babylon came with the wine to cause these nations to go mad. They're remembering their former selves, man. All right? Remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. All right? One more. All right, now go figure this. Go figure this one. Check this out. This is from RT News. And it reads, all right, if you can see that, it reads, U.S. is ready to let Saudi Arabia enrich uranium. So they're about to let the House of Saud enrich uranium. Okay? They're about to let the House of Saud enrich uranium. What does that spell out for America? You see what I'm saying? Knowing the prophecies. If you know the prophecies, then you know that this is going to be to America's detriment. Right? The deal awaiting presidential signature would give Riyadh access to enrichment similar to Iran's. And what's this whole thing supposedly about? This whole thing is about making sure Iran doesn't have a nuke. Because they say that Iran has the enrichment levels needed for a nuke. Well, if you're trying to give the Saudis that ability to enrich that much uranium, that means that they're going to have a nuke as well. You see what I'm saying? And it's not going to be to what you think it's going to be, Edom. It's not going to work in your benefit. The scriptures tell you this, right? We just read that this whole Muslim brotherhood is going to conspire together against you. You see what I'm saying? So what did the House of Saud have to do to get this approval from Donald Trump? All right, the most corrupt politician in history, according to the Rolling Stones magazine. The guy is the most corrupt president ever. The magazine had to put ever twice. You see what I'm saying? That's how bad this is, man. It's gonna get crazy. All right, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. It says the U.S. has agreed to allow Saudi Arabia to have its own nuclear program. Barakatah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. The U.S. has agreed to allow Saudi Arabia to have its own nuclear program and enrich uranium. CNN has reported, citing draft documents and sources familiar with the negotiations. The drafted deal has been negotiated and is awaiting President Trump's signature, the outlet wrote on Saturday. I don't even got to read no more. According to the report, the agreement would not require the enhanced International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, safeguards known as the Additional Protocol, which gives inspectors broader access to. It won't even require oversight. It's not even going to require oversight. This is the Lord is something crazy, man. The Lord is something crazy. He's allowing these. He's put the spirit on these Edomites to allow the House of Saud to enrich uranium to the point where they themselves can get a nuke. At a time where all these Muslim brotherhoods are coming together against Babylon the Great. Which gives inspectors broader access to nuclear facilities and is designed to help detect undeclared nuclear activities. That's crazy, man. They're taking away all the safeguards from Saudi Arabia at a time where all of their allies are looking past America. Let's go there. Let's get Obadiah. All right, let's close it out, man. This crazy, man. This is crazy, and this is a beautiful time to be alive, man. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Let's go to Jeremiah and close it out, because this is what it's going to lead to, man. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord. You see what I'm saying? So all these nations are going to point their arrows at America. All these nations are going to turn against Babylon the Great, both foes and allies alike. They're all going to turn against America. You see what I'm saying? And these are those times that we live in. This is what we, the prophets, have been speaking about. Okay, beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down, man. You see what I'm saying? And there's no more cloak for anyone's sins. So it's about to get hot and heavy very soon, man. Call hello, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let's close it out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim B'chak. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who root well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.